All right, folks, welcome to today's exciting episode. I've been pondering how our perceptions of others can often be quite misguided, like when we hastily judge a book by its cover. Who a person truly is, it really isn't determined by their appearance alone, right?
Oh yeah, totally. That's such a powerful concept. It's like, when you see someone who looks really serious and you think, whoa, they must be super intimidating. But then you get to know them and they're actually the sweetest person ever.
Exactly. That's a perfect segue into the idea that beauty can be very subjective. I remember an old friend of mine, this stunning beauty in her youth. But as time passed, it was her wisdom and humor that truly shined. She was attractive, sure, but what lingered with me was her essence, how she made people feel.
Right. So it feels like there's a deeper layer to people beyond just appearance? Speaking of layers, have you tried lasagna? Chuckles. It's got all those delicious layers of flavors.
Laughs. Yes, lasagna. It's one of my absolute favorites. Just like how those layers bring richness to the dish, the layers of our personality contribute to our true selves. There's something comforting about gathering with friends over a big pan of lasagna, don't you think? Plus, I've got this killer recipe. Must share that with you.
Oh man, I would love that. Speaking of sharing, isn't it wild how sometimes we're too quick to share personal info? Like, why do people just hand out their phone numbers? Don't they see it as a huge deal?
Right? It's fascinating. And let's be real, it could potentially be dangerous too. I remember when a friend gave out my number without asking. I was like, why did you give out my phone number? It felt like a real breach of trust,
Oh gosh, I totally get that. It's like there's no escaping the awkwardness once the information is out there. Chuckles. Speaking of escapes, have you heard about bubble tea? It was super popular a few years ago?
Oh yes. Bubble tea, what a sensation. It's like how trends come and go, but somehow, certain things just stick around. Like our love for sweet treats, right? Just like those tiny tapioca pearls. They add a unique texture, just as our experiences spice up our lives.
That's such a great way to put it. And I tried making bubble tea once. It was a total disaster. Laughs. But honestly, the experience was sweeter than the drink itself. Speaking of sweetness, what about apples? I love that sweet tart taste. Do you have a favorite apple variety?
You bet. I'm all about those Honeycrisp apples. They're the perfect balance. It's kind of like how life has its ups and downs. One moment you might feel sweetness, and the next, you get overwhelmed. One moment she was laughing, then, just like that, she was sad. Life throws us those curveballs all the time.
Wow, I didn't think about it like that. It's like, how do we even cope with our feelings, right? We're all just kind of guessing and hoping for the best in our daily lives.
Absolutely. And how about horoscopes? They're so fascinating. Sometimes they offer a little nudge of positivity, like, your horoscope says you're lucky in love today. It's really all about mindset.
Yes, I'm always like, details please. Does this mean I should approach that cute barista? Laughs. I really love my work too. It's such a balance.
Exactly. In the end, it's about finding joy in both your passion and those little sparks of connection in life. And let's not forget, today, dinner is on me.
Oh wow, that's so generous. What's on the menu? Lasagna? Chuckles.